Hey guys, this is Zebra Girl, and today I'll be bringing you part 3 of my Google fanfiction, My New Toy. Now, if you can't tell already, my voice sounds a bit funny because I've got I've got a stuffy nose, and I keep sneezing as well. So that was disgusting. I am so sorry. So I'll be reading 6 pages from this, and I hope you guys enjoy. And I've noticed as well, I don't think this is going to be as long as Static and Love, because if I'm reading 6 pages, I've already done 12, but it's going to move rather quickly, so I think it's going to be less than 12 parts, personally, but if it's not, then you guys get to enjoy a longer story. And I will be bringing out my the creepypasta I'll be reading soon for Halloween, because it's going to be in parts, like really big parts, so, and it's probably going to take a long time to upload on my phone, but do I care? No, because I'm here to entertain you guys. So, here I go, with my new toy. I didn't realise I was blushing until Google said, "Why are your cheeks pink?" I come up with an excuse quickly. I'm just a little hot, that's all. The clothes I gave him fitted him really well. He walked over to me and placed his metal robotic hand on my forehead. "You are rather hot." The strange liquid goes onto my head only for it to slowly go away. And after that I didn't feel hot anymore. "What did you do?" I asked him. He sat next to me. "I gave you some medicine so your heat went down." Without thinking about it, I hugged Google. He copied my action, even though he was a robot, he was warm. Hugging saved 2 data. I let him go, and he let me go. My mouth started to feel dry, so I stood up from the bed and looked at Google and asked, "Would you like a drink, Google?" He stood up next to me. "My mouth is kinda dry." Me and Google made our way to the kitchen. I both got us a cup and poured us some orange juice. I handed a cup to Google and took a sip. "What do you think?" Google took a sip too. It's great." Google's eyes lit up a bit. I looked up at the clock and it was 6 in the afternoon. And I had nothing to do. And I knew Google had nothing to do. I walked to the living room with my juice and sat on the sofa, and Google followed, of course. He sat next to me, and I sighed. "New emotion learned. Boredom." "Why are you bored?" I turned to Google. "We have nothing to do, that's why I'm bored." "I'm bored too." Me and Google looked into each other's eyes for a second. They looked like human eyes, not robot eyes. "What is it?" he asked. I smiled at him. Nothing. I quickly picked up the TV remote and turned on Cartoon Network, and luckily Steven Universe was on. Then Google asked, "What is this?" "Look up TV." Then screen popped up like Google Chrome, showing info about the TV, and it shows the TV channels too. After that he said, "So this show is about a young boy with magical powers?" "Yeah, that's the basic of it. How did..." "I got the information when I searched TV and TV shows." So we sat for about 2 hours, and I didn't realise that I'd fallen asleep. The narrator. Google had noticed that Evie had fallen asleep, so he stood up. Using one of his upgrades, he enhanced his muscles so he got a bit stronger. The clothes on him now fitted perfectly with that added upgrade. He picked her up in the bridal way, and he took her to her room and placed her on the bed, lying her down. And Google did the same, but he wasn't tired. He looked at his hand, watching all the wires move when he moved his fingers. He made Google Chrome appear and said, human. Lots of differences of human came up, and he looked all through them. He examined how the human body works, at first for men. Google lifted his jeans up and looked down where his genitals were meant to be, but there was nothing there. He kept looking until he found an image of the female body. His eyes widened as he saw the differences between a boy and a girl. Google turned and looked at Evie with a smile and said to himself, "I've only been here a day, and you've made me feel welcome. How to impress a girl?" He looked at these things until he fell asleep next to Evie. Evie's narration. I slowly started to wake up from an amazing night's sleep. I turned to see someone on my bed, and it was Google, fully clothed and dreaming like a baby. I got off the bed nice and quietly. I looked at the clock and saw it was 9:30. I went to the bathroom and I brushed my teeth. I washed my face. Then my jacket pocket started to vibrate. I took it out and I saw Mom, so I answered it. "Hello?" "Hi Evie, is it okay if you babysit Alex? Me and your dad are going to the business for today." I smile. "Sure, I've got nothing better to do. I'll come now." I closed my phone. I quickly brushed my teeth and washed my face. I walked out of the bathroom as quietly as I could, as Google was still asleep. And I went to the kitchen, and I had some water because I wasn't hungry. I took a quick sip, I grabbed my keys. But before I left, I wrote a note for Google saying, "I'm going out, so I'll be back by tonight or tomorrow morning. So please be careful in the house." I exited the house quietly and again didn't wake up Google. Man, I hope Google can read. Google's narration. For my first sleep, I've never been so relaxed before. I slowly woke up and noticed that Evie wasn't there, which did activate search mode. I looked all over the house for her, but couldn't find her until I found a note on the table. I slowly read it. Thank God I had the reading and writing skill. And what does she mean, be careful in the house? Anyway, I decided to look at the time on my hand, and it was 11:30. I know I shouldn't go through her info, but I wanted to look up a certain word that I noticed about my hand. Skin had grew over my fingers. I smiled to myself and thinking, soon I won't look like this. Anyway, I found her info page from yesterday and I found the word virgin. I touched the word and it came with a definition. Virgin, a person who had never had sexual intercourse. Another word, or the words I'd never seen before. Sexual intercourse. I decided not to look up these words, so I continued to look at her info some more. Oldest child, younger brother, Alex, mother, Marie, father, Felix, boyfriends, 1. Excuse me. I decided not to continue going through her info, as I promised her I wouldn't. I wanted to know about more of my software, so I made this screen appear and said, software. It showed me lots of different things about myself, and more interesting, my abilities that I could learn. Most of the time only owners could access this, but being stuck in a box gives you time to learn things that you shouldn't. There it is! Abilities! Every Google has different abilities, such as super strength, or night vision, and etc. etc. I looked at my abilities I had. The average number of these is 3. Luckily, I had 4. My first ability was Healing Pulse. I read aloud what Healing Pulse did. This ability lets Google heal wounds or damaged muscles or broken bones on their owner. A white liquid will come from Google's hand. Simply place the liquid on the wound, and the liquid will pulse into the skin, healing it. However, Google cannot use this on themselves. Then I said, that's what that stuff was when I placed it on Evie's head. I wanted to find out what else I can do, because I'll be able to be more useful to her. Okay, I'm going to read one more page, so it's going to be 7. But next time I read, I'll only be doing 6, because it's a bit of a cliffhanger on page 6. So I looked at my next ability, and again reading it out loud. Image pulling. This ability allows Google to pull images from any given source and can use them to his or her advantage, and the owner can also use them too. However, this ability can't be used to bring back the dead. I think to myself, if she needs something, I can get it for her. I move on to the next one, and I like this one, and it's called Heart of Love. I decided to read on. This ability allows Google to feel more emotions than other Googles, but sometimes the emotion can become too real, and the last sentence I didn't like the sound of. This could terminate Google altogether. I started regretting looking at my abilities, but there was one last one, and it was called the Aggressive Strike. I read that one to myself. This ability is a dangerous one. When Google gets angry, his eyes turn red, and he becomes a killing machine, and will hurt anyone who hurts his loved ones. I had the choice of locking it so this ability wouldn't develop in my system, so I locked it. I didn't lock Heart of Love, because I know I won't last forever, so this would be okay if I died being too happy. Well, thank you guys for listening. That was part 3. It was a bit slow, so I'm sorry about that, but I hope you guys enjoyed it anyway. And soon I'll be bringing out the creepypasta, the one for Spooktober, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Bye!